morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tea and Coffee with Paula and
Jay.
Jay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning,
Happy
everyone.
anniversary. I said first.
Yes. Happy anniversary, baby.
Jake's no name. Uh-oh, where's Jacob?
Mhm.
He can save you.
Yeah.
Good morning, happy anniversary. And if you're not into lovey-dovey episodes, stick around. Maybe you'll enjoy them.
This isn't going to be one of them.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, it is our 20-year. Hey, it's kind of cool. It's date anniversary, and then 17-year I will anniversary.
Yeah. We got married today. It's pretty cool.
17 years ago.
Yep. Happy anniversary.
What happened to all my hair? I had a lot more.
Gray.
I had a lot. You put a picture up, and oh, it's me.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, man. Days when we were a lot thinner and hair was darker.
You haven't changed much at all. You so stunning.
Oh, cheers, my dear.
But I have these like creases in my cheek, and there's like no meat on me, and wow.
Well, you were a Slim Jim when I met you. You were quite skinny.
Translation: I'm no longer a Slim Jim.
Well, okay, so people, when I met Jason, he worked so hard. He rarely went out. He was whiter than white, and he could only eat like half a Big Mac before getting full. And I'm like, dude, I can put food away like crazy. So one of the first things I did was, fed him.
It's her fault. I was looking for the oven because the Hansel and Gretel story was in my head, and she was feeding me, getting me plumped up. But yeah, that picture reminds me. That was a good day. That was on Lake Ontario, Mississauga, taking those pictures because we got married in your aunt's, in your aunt's property.
Yeah, shout out to our honorary aunt Joyce, who lived in a retirement condominium, and they had this beautiful heritage house on the property that they would rent out to family, for weddings and events and whatnot. And I was her honorary niece, so thank you, Joyce. It gave us beautiful memories and beautiful photos as well for the wedding.
Finding green space to rent in the GTA is almost impossible. It's all concrete.
Yeah.
And you have to be in the niece in order for that booking to happen. Beautiful day.
It was.
Yep. You were almost late to the limo driver.
Dude, I nearly went bridezilla on that poor chauffeur. I really did. And because we're all in the limo heading towards the wedding. And as we're approaching the 403 in Mississauga, and I'm like, there's bumper to bumper traffic there, and I could see he's indicating to take the turn off to go like, no, go straight. No, go straight. Needless to say, we went straight, and we made it on time for the wedding. It was all right. But yeah, don't start turning off into bumper to bumper traffic on the 403. That's crazy. Don't do that.
Yeah, and then you took a step back.
Oh my gosh. The ground was uneven.
Yeah, she's sticking to that story.
Well, I took the step. I still married you.
You did. So yes, everybody, it's our 20-year. We dated. So it's not our we met Canada Day 2020 or 2005, and then you went away for your European trip, came back, and then we started dating.
Yep.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been. It's been all right. And here's the thing. So I do have an anniversary gift for you.
What?
We got a body.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, I love you. Yeah, well, I wasn't bothered last night, so maybe your tricks worked.
Yeah.
She's the cat of the house. She gets the mice.
Yeah, there was a mouse in the house for a couple of days, and there is one less if there is more than one. But yeah, no, check the traps. Out of 3 traps, 1 was untouched, 1 was triggered, and 1 caught something.
Excellent. It tickled my feet the other night.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe if it warmed its hands up, it wouldn't have been so bad. But
yeah.
All right. Well, good job. Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. I knew you'd like that. I was like, well, should I tell them? Like, no, wait for the show. There's your anniversary gift.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. So the 20-year is a mouse.
Yeah.
Year 1 is, I think, paper, and then 20 is a mouse.
Yeah.
That's the way we live, because we live in a trailer still, and we love it. We wouldn't change it. Well, we may change it one day.
No, eventually,
But yeah, we like it. We fit in there, and we enjoy it. But I don't know how they're getting in. Every single little tiny hole we find.
Just like even in a house. Like there was the seasons where we would get mice in the house, and then you just address them, and they're gone for the rest of the year. So
excellent. And the cloud gods just shot us today.
Yeah, the cloud gods wanted to prank us today by about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the show started. it bucketed down. Like the rain is like, oh, come on. Because if you see the weather forecast, it's like rain right now and then glorious sunshine for like a week. Glorious sunshine for a week. And just as we're about to do the show, it decides to rain. But now it's nothing. So yay. Thank you for the prank, rain gods of Breton.
Now, it was a lot quieter than it was before, so we might have been able to live with it, but we still have some more work to do to get it really quiet in here.
And thank you, everyone, for all the birthday, anniversary messages and such.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks for all the love.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So you had a nice day yesterday. We went and celebrated. What were we celebrating?
Oh, yeah, we were celebrating the fact that I have submitted all my documents, my paperwork to be a public school board trustee nominee for Ward 2 for Wild Rose School Division, and my name is officially up there. So, yeah, it's all official on my end. So I just got to wait for October 20th.
Maybe even September 22nd.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who else is going to be running. But yes, the election is October 20th and makes it all official.
So now you can talk about it. You can kind of get out there and start campaigning.
Yeah.
Let people know. We were hinting at it before because one of the rules is you got to be careful when you start your campaigning.
Correct. You know, especially like monitor, you can't spend anything until you're officially nominated and all that type of thing. And we want to make sure we do things properly because also then it sets the example and the how-to for others who may be thinking, I want to do this.
Yeah, and you should. And our guest today was going to be David Parker. He gave me a really early message saying it was a late night. They got a young family.
Yeah.
And it happens. It certainly happens. Totally understand. So we're looking at next Wednesday to bring him back and continue the conversation. Tuesday is going to be an interesting one. We got Bruce Party and Maxime Bernier, Castle Doctrine. We're doing that. And tomorrow and Monday, there's no guests planned, but there's a couple invites out there because we weren't really trying to make this a guest show.
Right, exactly. It's just you and I, the old ball and chain.
But people have reached out. There's been certain subjects, and we love talking to other people and having them on. So you can expect, I don't know, every couple episodes we'll have a guest or so. That's not our goal, is to do that, but we will bring people on when if there's a topic, we can have a conversation and share this information with everybody.
Yep. No, that's right. Exactly. And I still like the fact that we have guests on and people want to come in and share information with us or the public. See, they're trying to prank us again. The Breton rain gods. But no, and again, the whole point of us pursuing this platform isn't necessarily for us. It's for getting information out there. So happy to.
Yep. And I had a really interesting day. So I announced to be a candidate for councillor of the Breton, not the Breton, the Brazeau County Council. And I spent most of the day talking to councillors on the council. Starting at 6 a.m. was my first call and ending at around 8 o'clock. We were still trying to connect. So I've met basically everybody on there. There's 2 more people that I haven't met. Well, I met the Reeve before at an event. So probably we'll touch base sometime soon. But there's a lot of support for me to go ahead and put my name forward. People have watched the show. They've been sharing around one episode in particular, the Lisa Robinson one, because the strong Reeve is something that people don't want to see here.
Which is the comparable to the strong mayor issues that she's dealing with in Pickering, in Ontario. Yeah,
because Ontario started in Ottawa and Toronto, brought in this little idea that, well, let's give the mayors more power and less power to the council. Basically, what strong mayors are is they can pass budgets without council approval, and they can make significant changes like hiring and firing staff without council approval. So basically, it's the CAO, Chief Administrative Officer, and the mayor, or Reeve, or warden, or whatever that position is called in that particular riding or region, and they can make the decisions without council. And as Lisa Robinson put very delicately, you remove the elected officials completely.
Exactly.
So that's something that's been kicked around out here as well, because it's coming down from the Federal Municipal Commission Conference Association, whatever it's called. I haven't really dug into it more, but this is a group where it's really the cities that are pushing everything down to the urban areas, and this is one of the ideas: increasing the powers for the mayor, the Reeve, the warden, whatever the term is for your region. And there's no support for that here right now. People are concerned about that. So that would be certainly something that I would push against if it was making its way here and I was on council. And I definitely got a crash course on local politics what's going on, who's involved. Great conversation with a gentleman named Anthony, 27 years on the council. He's running again, Division 5. And I spent almost an hour talking to him. Good gentleman, hard worker for his community. And I'll be speaking to 2 more of them today. Dallas, who's our current counselor that I'm running against. He's a nice man, so we'll spend some time in chat. And then Kara, who's I think I want to say Ward 2. No, she can't be because that is Donna. So she's Ward 4. Yeah. So and she's also the president of the Rural Alberta Municipalities Association or something along those lines. I really got to learn all of these organizations that are involved with municipalities.
Yeah, and that's also a key thing. There is not just your local council. There are other organizations working in conjunction with I would assume the goal is to build a better community that you're living in. So knowing who they are, working with them, making those network connections is important.
Yeah, you would assume. So that's a good one. Because sometimes they're also used to shoehorn agendas. And this is also how agendas like ICLEI and UNDRIP, and even the federal government have used to sidestep the provincial jurisdiction and their powers and go straight to the municipalities. And if you do pay attention to municipal governing, that's where really most of the day-to-day impacts your life decisions are made. The province has a lot of jurisdiction, so does the federal government. But on the day-to-day individual, how does it impact you? It's usually your municipal government that has most impact. So it's really important to know who's on there, why are they there, and this is one of the first questions I got asked, like, why do you want to run? And it's because I want to. Well, the answer I gave Anthony was absolutely aligned with my mission for the last 3 years or so, and that is to create more trust in our government institutions, because so much is lost over the years that we don't really trust anymore. And to do that, you need accountability and transparency, and sometimes some justice. Like if somebody's done something wrong, so they got to be held accountable for that. And he was really receptive to that answer because it's very similar to where his motives were. Sometimes a counselor wants to improve just their local area in some way, shape, or form, or just the riding or the division, which is good for their ratepayers, as Anthony calls them. But you also got to, work the whole county and be very, very familiar with what's going on, because you share the same budget. Like the budget that's available is county level. Then you got to work, which project's most important. Why is this one important to this person? What's best for everybody? And this is something Tim Hoven spoke about. You got to be able to work with the rest of the council. And so it would be to bring more accountability and transparency to council and make sure that the trust is starting to be rebuilt. Now, we don't mind our council.
Sure.
And we've worked with them. And we've also worked with the county. We got a good place where we live.
Yeah, they've always been very receptive. Like I think the classic one I have is a couple of years ago we had ice damming in our front ditch, and I gave them a call. And I think even later that day, someone from the county came out, broke the ice, water started flowing, which was great. No, they pick up the phone when I call. They return voicemails promptly. And times where we've had questions when we've been doing stuff on the property or on the land, like I call them and no issues, no complaints. Thank you very much, Brazeau County Township. Like really.
Yeah, seems like a good running ship. But I have been brought to my attention that there are things that need to be addressed when it comes to providing budgets and true accountability and accounting for the people. I had a great breakfast coffee with several constituents, and there's one good thing about Brazeau County is people are willing to sit down, talk, and share with you. You just have to be able to make yourself available and sit down and have a chat. So I'm looking forward to continuing that path. September 22nd is when the cutoff is for any registrations. So if you're looking to do that, And and it's probably province-wide because it's a province-wide municipal election.
Again, I would assume so. Yes, it's going to be those dates.
But check your county, municipality, what their due dates are. They're probably aligned with the rest of us. But I would highly recommend anybody who can to run. So that's why I'm so proud that you're doing it. It wasn't something that we strived for. It was something that we thought we should get involved in and want to get involved in because we do want to make a change.
Our ever evolving life, that's what life is. It's ever evolving, ever changing. New things come up. And yes, and for the last couple of years, we've spoken about, hey, get involved with your local community, local government, library boards, because that's initially what I said I was going to be looking for, because they reconvene. I was told they reconvene in September here. And then you're like, "Oh, why do you go for school board?" I was like, "No, I've got so many time commitments and this, that, the other." He says, "Think about it, give it a go." And I looked into it. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll give it a go."
You can still do both.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a monthly commitment for you on the school board. You've already started reaching out to the administration of a school.
Yeah, no, I've done that, but yeah, it's a minimum monthly commitment, and then if you want to join committees and such, that would be more time. And I intend to, because this isn't going to be a hobby; it's a genuine interest to try and work with and improve the education system for our local kids. So it's something I'm going to take more time in. But yeah, if you are running for school board and or school board trustee, then yeah, get to know your local principals once you are involved and really build that relationship, because you are their representative, and it shouldn't just be at the Christmas pageant that you show up. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward. If I am given the opportunity to represent, I'd be proud to, and I intend to take it very seriously.
Proud of you. I think you're pretty cool.
Cheers, my dears.
Yeah, so this little Nigerian girl, when she was young, she's like, yes, I'm going to go live in rural Alberta, marry this tall guy who likes computers, and get involved in school board. Those were your dreams growing up?
Oh, yeah. Tick, 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 tick.
Well, good on you. And I think maybe we'll encourage a few more people to do that, because that's a good way to get involved.
Yeah, for sure. I would recommend. And I got really excited yesterday because I was told that my name was going to go up on the website, and lo and behold, it did. But then I got to see another name that I knew who was running in Ward 1, another homeschooler. So Becky May, shout out to you for, standing up, and you're going to be running against Daryl Scott, who is the incumbent. And he's been around for a while, and thank you, Daryl, as well, for stepping up. But it's good to see another fellow homeschooler taking an interest in education. It's not just limiting you to educating your kid or only educating homeschoolers. So and she's very accomplished, and I was really proud to see that she put her name forward. So I reached out and said hello. I was like, yeah, I was more excited to see your name than I was mine. I was like, I know. So yeah, I think everyone should just step up and just have a look. We all are very busy, but I think we can just have a look. Just have a look to see what's involved, what's the time commitment, and just see, can I swing that? Can I try it? Because especially if you want to make change, go ahead and give it a go.
Yeah, I was very pleased how quickly word got around. So within the first 12 hours or so, people were reaching out and asking me why and what is it you plan to do?
Tell me why.
Why are you on the
ballot?
There you go. Thank you. But no, it's very good because that means the community is also very engaged and they are paying attention. Good. So I'm looking forward to spend more time out there. You and I will go out together because we do have some overlap where it comes to where we're running. And there's that little rain again.
Yeah.
So let us know if, oh, wow. Let us know if our little tricks that we've been doing on the audio is going to help.
Yeah.
We don't expect it to last very long. It's just been intermittent. And I don't know, maybe that's my opponent. Maybe he's outside throwing pebbles on our roof.
We have a question here, Crystal, from our local chat. With these strong mayor like here in Ottawa, doesn't that remove the opinions or needs or whatever of the people who live here? On the municipal level, I'm not sure that I worded that, so if it makes sense. But yeah, it's taking away the thoughts and the opinions of the community if he's just going to be unilaterally, or he or she going to be unilaterally saying this is going to happen.
Well, that's what we're seeing in Pickering, and you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And who was that?
Those
Okay.
Crystal. That was
Crystal, yeah,
Crystal.
you're absolutely right. Correct, Crystal. Because when you remove the counselor, you're removing the representation that the counselor is there for. Like and this is a misconception for people. You're not your voice when you're on council.
Yeah.
So just because you have your own ambitions and your own plans and your own needs, that's not the place for it. You're a representative. So you got to represent the needs of your constituents. A person from the process, that's exactly what you're doing. The 2,000 or 4,000 or 50,000 people that person represents is removed from the conversation. So yeah, that's heading in the wrong direction. It's been sold as efficiency because then you don't have to get the meeting to. Well, that's the entire purpose of democracy. It's not meant to be efficient. In fact, a true democracy slows down the process, so there's time to think and make sure and get input. Democracy is supposed to slow the machine down, not speed it up. So any attempts to do that is actually against the purpose of democracy. This is why we have a Senate. It was supposed to have a Senate. Second sober thought. It's meant to be, okay, a bunch of people came together, came up with this legislation. It gets a second sober thought. Slow it down. Let's take a closer look. An example of that where it kind of worked in Canada was the Emergency Act invocation. When it went to the Senate, there wasn't support for it. It was heading in the direction of being struck down. And then that's when Little Man and Bobblehead Lady decided that they were going to pull it. And they're like, we're all done here, like hours before that vote came in.
Yeah.
But that's an example of when democracy, at least on a little level, is starting to work the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to slow things down a bit. Yeah. Now, if you're on the side where you want something, you might find that frustrating. But when you're on the side of everybody else, you want to make sure whatever's happening is happening for the right reasons. It's been given some thought and it isn't rushed. So, but this is what they're pushed in Ontario. And I'm sure the idea didn't come from Toronto and Ottawa. It came from higher above. ICLEI is where I'm looking because it's a program from the UN and WEF. It's been pushing change on the municipal level, giving them more power than they should. Reallocating land for other purposes and exploding those budgets that they're supposed to be maintaining and protecting. So Crystal, it is a way of removing the people's voice, and it's by design.
Yeah. And what I like is that when you were running federally, you were talking about, look, it doesn't matter what my opinion is, I'm a representative of the people. And that's the same messaging you plan to use here for the local council. It doesn't matter what your opinion is, what your wants are, what do the people want? Because again, you are representing them.
Yeah, and then I've always been that way, really. Like I do sacrifice things all the time, even as a journalist. Like as a journalist, I'll bring forward issues that are uncomfortable for me, or I don't like it, or I don't even necessarily agree, but you got to tell the truth. And when you're working as a responsible journalist, you have to be able to do that. Like you have to be able to have conversations and bring the truth forward, even if you don't like it. Yeah. I think the Coots situation would definitely highlight that because I built relationships and I really liked lots of the people involved there. And I really wanted to, like, there's a part of you that wants to be liked. Okay. I think we all can relate with that. But if you want to be a responsible journalist, you have to be able to take that thing and put it aside because it's not a popularity contest. It's very easy to do things that people like and want if it's the wrong thing to do or it's not the truth. It's very easy to do. But I had to fight that. And so I built some great relationships and I had to make sure that I didn't allow that to persuade me to, for example, not tell the whole story or not repeat what actually happened in court that day. And sure, it ruffled feathers, but at the end, the relationships that are also built on truth were maintained. Yep. And that was good. And that was just a small example of how you have to be able to put your personal opinion or bias or desires or wants or passions even aside to do the right thing for everybody that you're actually there for. And when I'm representing our audience, that means truth and integrity. And if I'm represented and I'm lucky enough to win that seat, it will be the ratepayers, the taxpayers, my neighbors.
And us. Like at the end of the day, it's we play a part too, and then that's how you get the community together because we're all individuals. We come together. We are the community, and yeah, we need the right and honest representation for us.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to having some more conversations. So if you live in Division 6, which is basically Buck Creek all the way to I think Leduc is the line on the east. Yeah, pay attention. We'll be at the Buck Creek Community Center and likely Breton Community Center, because these are where you vote, and these are recognized as places that people meet locally. So pay attention. After the bank account's all set up, I'll launch the website, because you can't do any spending until that's all squared away. So in the next coming days, I'll be posting a website, so you'll see where the events are. And I'm looking forward to knocking on your gate and your door. I will be getting out there, and you'll be joining me on most of that, because that's also Ward 2 for you.
Yep. And we have a comment here. The federal government has gone around the provincial government. They have embedded themselves in municipalities with grants and loans. We need to clear the barrier placed around this.
Linda's correct. And they've even been using the parks. So an example of that is in Edmonton. They were using the parks to circumvent the provincial government, to make deals with the municipality. And then the provincial government here in Alberta stepped in. I think it was Bill 20, which basically told the federal government, you can't circumvent the provincial government. You have to work with the provincial government. But this is exactly right, Linda, was it? This is how the upper power that's higher than our nation, this is how they're getting down to the people, because that is where the real I don't want to say power, but that's where the real change happens. It happens at the municipal level where you live. And that's why they've been circumventing provincial governments and sometimes even federal governments. Like ICLEI itself circumvents the federal government, goes straight to the municipalities under the guise of being an association, providing guidance and providing like the smart future. This is where 15-minute cities coming from. 15-minute cities aren't coming necessarily from our federal government. It's coming higher above and down. So yes, you're 100% correct. And when I started talking about this to some constituents, because they're like, well, where do you stand? And I'm like, well, I really want to fight the globalists, because they're bringing in all of this stuff straight to the municipalities. I want to make sure that people are aware of it, and we are not signing on to these things. So, yeah, thank you very much for that question, Linda.
Yeah, and then rose tinted crystal here, because as soon as I read, I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be lovely? I always thought that the government would take everyone's opinions and come to a solution that would benefit at least something from each group to maintain stasis. I should have started paying attention sooner, because I thought they acted on our behalf.
Take back your government.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you do. You get into school boards, the library board, council, and you take back. And like the people I met yesterday, you also get very active. So they went to every council meeting, initiated lawsuits when necessary. FOIP, so Freedom of Information requests, is something that the public can do. And that is something that's worked well for some people here in Brazeau County to get information. And that's part of the education I got yesterday, is exactly where we at, what needs to still be done. I got a crash course on every counselor, and I'm looking forward to speaking to a couple more of them today, including our counselor, Dallas, which is somebody we know from church, and we've spent some time with him. I think he even came to one of our barbecues.
Yeah, he and his wife.
Yep. Yeah. So I'll spend some more time with him, and he's not adversarial. No, he seems to be a decent guy, but I want to push quite a bit harder on truth, accountability, transparency, and the future, because I want sometimes, and this is something that we've seen Maggie Hope Braun do, sometimes the counselors don't know. They're not aware that these programs are there, and they need to be educated. And I will be absolutely that educated voice, because this is what we've been doing for 2.5 years, is interviewing people about stuff like this. Make sure that what happened in Chestermere doesn't happen here. Make sure that power interests and developers and people with big money bags aren't influencing the council, and that the council is doing the right things for the people.
Yeah, and then just highlighting that I would hope, I know I plan to do it on my end, as long as there's no privacy issues. But if there's anything that comes up within a meeting that I believe the public should be aware of, and perhaps I have concerns that there isn't enough attention being brought onto it online or in reports, then I plan to speak more publicly about it. Say, hey, parents, did you know this is coming up? Consider it, have some thought of maybe the next meeting, if you want to have a vote or a say, go ahead and do that. And I think that's something that we can do as well for council too. If there's something important coming up, highlight, hey, check out this recent council meeting or check out this report, because there's going to be a survey coming up for the public that you may want to contribute to. So just creating the awareness as well for the local community.
Yeah, I'll be at the next council meeting, September 2nd, because I want to kind of see where they're at. I won't?
No, you're flying to Ontario.
That's right. Okay, so that changes something, because I was trying to meet somebody. But you're right. I'll be out flying to Ontario for Detective Helen Gruce.
That's right.
Her sentencing. Oh, boy. Okay, so maybe you'll be my surrogate.
Well, you could check it out online, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
okay, so
they are streamed. Well, maybe not streamed, but they're recorded.
No, they are streamed. Yeah, you're right. They are live streamed, so we'll be checking that out. Oh boy, yeah. The good thing I got you.
No, you won't.
I'm like, what are you talking about? But you're right. I'll be out in Ottawa area for Detective Helen Gruce for a few days.
You'll be able to attend the next one. You'll be back.
Yeah. Gosh, I love you. This is why. This is why I work with you on schedules and stuff, because.
I know, because it's an not a super early flight, but it's an early flight, so we're at the house for like 5 a.m. to drop you off.
Yay! Well, we got to get out there, see what Gruce is up to, what the arguments and submissions are.
Yeah.
She's not going to receive her sentencing that day. It's just submissions, but it's a 3-day allocated for that, which is odd. Even the Coots men, I think it was 1 day, maybe 2 days or so. Yeah. Well, it wasn't that long. But anyways, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, even for Chris, for his bail hearing, it took
the day.
It took a while, and then even then for the release, like there's just efficiency, man. It needs to be improved upon.
Yeah. So Crystal, I think you said we'll connect for dinner while I'm down there. So talk to the wife on what day is going to work, and we'll make it happen.
Yep. And then so got a couple of comments here from our locals chat. So yeah, it starts in the community. To see greater change we seek. Thank you both and we know the community in Alberta is in great hands. Oh, thank you. And then Jason, have you started spreading the word about ICLEI? There we go. Pietri, he has. What would happen if you expose ICLEI to councillors and the people, but won't accept the truth? Will you have to accept their response and continue as is?
Well, democracy is things are voted in. But here's one good lesson I learned from Anthony from Ward 5 is the people still have the power. And when you have a platform and you can reach out, one of the big things to do is to make sure that you have quite a few, he kept calling them ratepayers, taxpayers, neighbors, to show up to these meetings. He's been able to, as sometimes the sole voice on a certain issue, persuade council, because people would show up to the meetings and also express their voice. So even though he's one of, well, there'll be 6 if you're including the Reeve. If he's one of 6, that room holds a lot more. So when there's 14, 15, 16 constituents also there, spreading their voice and having their voice heard, it's not 6 on 1. It's now 20 on 5. So that's something I think I'll be able to do for Division 6, is to be able to get the word out, get people active, get them there so that they can be heard. And then that, I think if there was a situation where, I don't think it was, I've spoken to so many of them now that I think they're all well aligned. Well, let's just say most are well aligned, that if we have to be persuasive, we could, using the process properly. Wonderful. So, and one of the first questions I got is, hey, if they give you DEI training, are you going to take it? No. No. And if it becomes a problem, you guys will be the first to know. And I think the last thing anybody who voted me in would want is to see me forced to do anything. And by the way, you've been with me now for 20 years, or dating me for 20 years. Can I be forced?
No. No.
So I would let people know about it. I'm not aware that there is any required training, because when you're elected official, the people are the gatekeeper on that one. They may offer it, and I don't know. I haven't seen those flags around, kind of indicating that they're along those lines, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And orientation happens pretty quick. So the election's the 20th, 24th, the results come out, 27th is when orientation starts. So it happens pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, we're going on the assumption that we're going to be successful, but that's the whole point. We're sharing with you guys what we'd like to do and our goals. Should we be fortunate enough to win our positions?
Yep, and there's no rainbow crosswalks to fight around here. There doesn't seem to be a lot of penetration on that
No, it's been
agenda
out
out
of our
here.
parades, which has been nice.
Yeah, so I would be surprised if there's anything on the county level, which was there can't be anything that's mandatory because you're
Yeah.
elected. But there's definitely repercussions if you break the law or break the rules. Like I haven't seen anything like that, and I would let you know, and I would fight against that. But ICLEI, Pietro is correct. That is an international push to change municipalities, move the power, cause less representation, not more. So I would be bringing that to their attention. Use Maggie Hope Braun's program where she's laid things out and help make sure that our council is one of the ones that doesn't. Now, one of the first questions I got asked is whether or not to withdraw from the Federal Municipals Association or Committee, because a lot of rural municipalities have been withdrawing from it, so they're no longer participating in it. And spoke to one counselor about that, and his position was we shouldn't withdraw because that's where we fight. We put up a fight there and fight against it. It doesn't mean we have to adopt. It doesn't mean we have to do. But if you withdraw from the fight, then the other side's going to win. I'm more aligned with that because I agree. But sometimes, and I'll have to, if I win, if I'm bestowed the honor of representing, I'll have to see it from the inside.
Well, exactly, yeah. And I think walking away from something saying, "Oh, I want nothing to do with that," well, then you don't know the information that they're putting out, and then you can't be a well-rounded, well-informed person.
Yeah. So you have to decide whether or not the fight's worth it, whether or not there can be ground made. Maybe sometimes it's not on the front line. Sometimes it's behind the scenes, going around to different tables, talking to people. FYI, here's ICLEI, that kind of stuff. I understand it. But we'll see. Like I can't make decisions before I've experienced anything. But it's good to know that these are quickly going to be things to be addressed. Like there is a counselor that says get out, then there's a counselor that says stay in. So already I'm being exposed to the issues on the council and some of the things that have to be addressed after the election.
And I have a question here from Pietro. Paula, will you have to take a DEI and a reconciliation course? WSP in Calgary is asking their employees to take reconciliation. I'd have to win the seat, and I have to speak to my fellow board members and the board to find out what is compulsory and why. And I would say, let me cross that bridge when I come to it.
I think you're going to be in the same situation where it can't be compulsory.
Yeah.
Suggested, recommended,
correct,
even pressured, but doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so I think you'll run into that. And on the school board level and the school level, there is some political flags. There are some political flags out here that, and once you are inside, you're going to see if it's a lot more of them or not. But that whole subject is going away. We're now seeing videos of crying ex-teachers saying, "Hey, I'm not allowed to, indoctrinate your children anymore and groom them, and because of that, I can't be a teacher anymore." And
Yay!
you do the small clap.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
The small clap.
So we're seeing that more and more. The U.S. pushed back hard on that, and I don't think there was a lot of penetration out here. Maybe Calgary for sure, Edmonton for sure, but the rural, like Westlock, not anymore, thanks to the efforts out there to get rid of some of that stuff.
Yeah, good job, Benita.
Yep, but not in Brazo. Like Brazo, I haven't felt uncomfortable, pressured, or it's not thrown in our faces out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Like even the Walmart here has just a little tiny display tucked in the corner for that, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's not a whole section. It's not everywhere. They're not flying things outside or anything like that. There's just a little, because if you choose to, you want to get that kind of merch, then they're making that available. But it's not There's not a lot of penetration out
Well,
here.
I still believe in the choice, and you don't actually even want to discriminate. There are people who have a certain lifestyle. Our main argument has always been leave the kids alone. That's been the important one. Uh, when my husband is in Brazo County, Grey man for 19 years, but we live in Wetaskiwin County. He wants to see a crying room set up for one of the many empty offices. DEI does exist in Brazo County.
Okay, so bring the mess. Can you bring
Yeah.
that up on the screen? Okay, is a Browser County grader man? Don't know what that is. Grading the roads, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But we live in. Okay, he wants to see. He wants to see a crying room set up in one of the many empty offices. Okay, well, it sounds like your husband might be trying to push it. There isn't a crying room. I guess there's a message there, and they want it. No. Well, I'll find out if even as a resident, I'll find out if that's kind of things going on. But if he's claiming he wants it, well, then maybe it doesn't exist, and maybe they won't put one in there. And I think that's a little bit not quite DEI. That is more safe space.
Yeah,
that whole
emotional
thing.
support.
Yeah, and it's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that he feels he needs that. Okay, well, maybe I misread that too, but no, I'm not aware of that, and it looks like you saying there's a push for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see. Like I said, we are a small rural community, and it'd be very interesting if there are certain things that are in our
Sarcasm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
If there are certain, I don't know, situations, conditions, crying rooms in our local community, expand upon that in the bigger areas, in the biggest towns and cities. Imagine what they have.
Well, we don't. Okay,
Yeah.
so sarcasm, because I was a little confused about that. But yeah, no. I'm sure there's attempts. I'm sure they tried. But I'm not aware of anybody currently on council pushing those kind of agendas. There's other agendas that are being pushed, like increasing the property value near property they own. I'm surprised by that one because you're very public and people know where you live and that road, why that road, those kind of things. But that's where I think more accountability, transparency, and the rebuilding of government trust, and that's why that's needed. Because that shouldn't be the case. We have a gravel road, but my first order wouldn't be to try and get it paved.
Yeah, although we did get excited. So a couple of months ago, we were right before we went out east. They put one of those, I guess, road counters on our road, and we were like,
traffic counters.
Yeah, traffic. Like, oh my god, does that mean they're going to be paving our road? So by some twist of fate, if our road gets paved, it's not because of Jason, it's because they did the study months in advance. But it'd be wonderful if it was, but it will not be from your influence.
It's not a big deal. We've gotten used to the gravel road. It's not a very long stretch.
Exactly. It's not like we live all the way at the end or anything. So,
but we did, like, there was one time where Paula's like, should I go to the dump today? Should I make 2 trips or one? I said, make 2 trips because then you're crossing that thing twice. And maybe that will assist because if it's data driven, then that's the way it should be. But we haven't seen any paving. There's
no, there hasn't been anything yet.
So it could be because we went away for the time period and there's less traffic now. But yeah, data driven, responsible government is where we should be headed. So I'd like the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and then funny comment from Chris. I agree. Some of these people aren't Gen Xers, and it shows. Those who want a crying room. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. No, we didn't have crying rooms. We don't need crying rooms.
No.
Even with all the stresses from our current government and stuff, we got to tackle them. And I got called a 60-year-old yesterday, too. 60. Cal goes, you're 60, right? Cal. He was 50. I'm like, no. He's like, higher? I'm like, no. Like, what's wrong with you, man? 48. 48. Getting there, but I'm not there.
No.
Firm.
Yes. 48, 46. We are getting up there. Got the great hairs.
No, life experience. That's life experience.
Yeah.
I got less hair. Less hair. I've seen that picture of me. I'm like, oh, I should have combed my hair more. But it was windy that day. Yeah. But there was more up front. What happened?
You still have the toughness.
I'm not Tim Pooled.
No, you're not Tim Pool for sure.
Yeah.
He's missing quite a lot of hair. But yeah, just going through. So yeah, there is real legitimate concern about the courses. Yes, people say, PH says, I say take the course and take it as an info. Well, of course, it's interesting to see like what exactly are they encouraging and promoting and trying to change mindsets towards. But I don't know.
No, that's what you got to get in there for, to
Yeah.
understand what's really going on, what's being proposed, and also bring proposals forward ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I have the opportunity to do, and that's why I plan to get really involved with the parents, the administration, because I need to find out what are they looking for, what do they want, what do they need from the schools, what do they need. That's the most important thing, and then trying to drive it forward. Because after a conversation I had yesterday with someone who's connected with the schools. I won't say which one or anything like that, but they said that they feel that Breton is forgotten. Drayton gets like a $10 million school, and Breton is about to be amalgamated, the elementary and the high school together in next year. So they have concerns like, why are we, just because we're small and rural, doesn't mean we should be left behind. We still need a high level of education and quality of education for our kids. So I plan to represent.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad you stepped forward. I know you quite well, so you're going to be very responsible. You're going to take it seriously. And yeah, you've already reached out to administration and said, look, I'm running. We're going to know in a couple months whether or not I'll be representing, but I'd like to get a head start on this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the person you are.
Yeah. I'm going to take this seriously. If it's taking time away from my family and my home life, I'm going to put effort into it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so if you're in those ridings, Ward 2, what is the region for Ward 2?
Practically just Breton. There's Breton and then a little side pocket, because that side pocket
On the way to Rocky Mountain House?
not even that far down.
Okay.
Yeah, not even that far
But it
down.
includes Buck Creek.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it includes Buck Creek, because that's Breton Elementary and Breton High School, which apparently now the kids are going to Warburg because the high school's been renovated in order to accommodate the elementary students that are going to be moving in next year, November, so next school year. So, but yeah, that's the area. So it's really just those two schools that I'm going to be hopefully fortunate enough to represent.
Great.
Yeah, so, a much larger area, but mine is just my Ward 2 school division is for Breton.
I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. It's September 22nd, you can have an announcement, or September 23rd. It could be an announcement, because it could be acclaimed. So what acclaimed means is nobody else ran. Mm-hmm. Only the one name came up. So by default, you win. So we'll see if maybe you're acclaimed in that position. But I think Breton would be better off having you there. And I do hope that not only I don't want to say you take it seriously, because I know who you are, but this isn't a one-term thing. Like there's going to be a lot of fights that take a while to do, a lot of improvements that will take a while to do. Mm-hmm. And that would be my goal too, not to just do one term, but to do this for quite some time to help the neighbors fully. Yeah.
And yes, one more goal is to teach children cursive writing so they can read historical documents, so they can read.
They took that away a while ago.
Yeah.
They replaced it with like keyboard and computer. Mm-hmm. They replaced cursive. And JJ the other day, we were watching some video. It had Florida written in cursive, mm-hmm. and he's like, "What does that say?" So we started the education right there. I'm like, "That says Florida." But yeah,
and I was working with him yesterday on writing. And he was saying, like, how come you write this way? Like, why do you write your W's this way? Well, like, I said, that's handwriting, because you can do one letter at a time. Sure, that's getting you to learn how to write the letter properly. But then as you do that, you then start handwriting, the flow of writing, and that's how you learn to write quicker. And so I gave him a few examples of different handwritings, like, oh, so he tries to, like, no, you still work on one letter at a time, and then we'll work on joining it and things like that. So, but that's what I plan to do as well, because you can't just, like, you're not going to go through life just reading print. You need to learn, cursive, italics, and even different ways people write, because you have a bit of a chicken scratch.
Caps, all caps.
Yeah.
I should have been a doctor.
Yeah, he should have. But it says you need to learn, because people write in different ways, and this is how you can start at least recognize it. So, yeah, it's all part of it.
I'm pretty good at 24 of the characters in cursive. Q and Z, those are the two that always get me. It's like, Yeah, those are the tough ones. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Q and Z, cursive, always messes up. But the rest I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an all caps type of guy. Uppercase for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it simple.
You keep it till there are times when I have to double check, like, what is that? But yeah, I've mastered. I can read most of what you write when you do write now.
You're not alone either. So I do as well. I'm like, what the heck did I write there? Yeah. Yeah. And you're going through the Coots notes that I took because it was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rushed in there. So I'll have to spend some more time on that. And by the way, to all the people that are wondering, like, when am I going to do a book about the Coots? After Chris is clear. So after his appeals, after things are kind of settled for him, because there's some things that will come out in the books that Crown won't be happy about, RCMP won't be happy about, because it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like I spoke about before, sometimes the truth is going to be difficult, and some of the things that are going to be exposed and talked about are not going to be flattering. And the Crown's fully aware of this because they're the ones that have to deal with that crime fraud envelope still. And the Crown learned some things during the trial, which I think led to Jacqueline Martin's charges being dropped because they did drop her charges. And I think it was related to the fact that the Crown thought that she was actually in the vehicle during the arrest of Jerry Morin because that's what was presented in court, and that wasn't the truth. So when the Crown themselves learned the truth, I think that was kind of the domino for her. Like, oh, so she wasn't actually there when he was arrested. Therefore, they can't tie her to the vehicle. Therefore, they can't tie her to anything that he was working on. Therefore, charges were dropped. So yeah, there'll be some things that will be a surprise to the public for sure.
Yeah.
The Crown itself may not know all of the details, and then the RCMP will probably be upset because they don't want some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
So after Chris is cleared, the legal side of things are good. And this could happen before he's pursuing his legal actions against and that kind of stuff to clear his name. But I'm expecting, because there'll be a decision on his appeal soon. Well, nothing's ever soon in legal, but during this year, hopefully we can get those decisions done. And then from that point on, I'll whip out those notebooks, sit down with Chris, and I'll be working on something in the coming days or coming months.
Yeah. And just to address something, so when I said this elementary and high school are going to be amalgamated, it's true, but I got clarification yesterday when I spoke. Basically, the main office is going to be the center point, and the two students won't be interacting. There'll be one side that has the elementary and one side that has the teenagers, because my own concern as well was there's going to be literature that would be put on a teenager's a high schooler's school hallway that an elementary student shouldn't see, and they're not going to, unless there's a purpose that they are going to be taken through to that area. But otherwise, no, they plan to still separate and segregate the students so they don't mix.
Division, segregation.
Well, when it comes to age and content, I don't disagree with that. That's the whole point, that we have concerns that we're fighting for, that younger children shouldn't be exposed to certain literature. So I think that's important to know. I got clarification on that because that was an initial concern of mine as well when I heard they're mixed. And that's why they're doing this whole renovation right now. So although the school footprint isn't changing, they are revamping the classrooms and such so that they can accommodate the two sets of students.
All right, you're already on it. Paula's on the case.
Oh yeah, it's good to get information. I would hope so. So it helps me represent them better. Should I be given the opportunity?
So we have a busy few days. We may or may not make our way out to the BC area. We're still discussing how far west we'll end up going because Brian Peckford, happy birthday. His birthday's August 27th.
Yeah.
And that was the day we were planning to meet with him, but he's unavailable that day. So we'll see if it will happen earlier. Can't be later because our schedule doesn't allow for it. And if we can't make it all the way to Vancouver, sorry.
Yeah.
But we might make it all the way to visit our friend Curtis Stone.
Yeah.
And then head back. But we'll keep you all posted. We'll be doing their daily as well. So you'll see us from the road.
Yeah, with different backdrops and whatnot that we may hear, "Mom, what you doing?" in the background. But Yeah, we'll get that done.
And shout out to our friend Nadine Ness. We'll be seeing her today, but if you've been following her ex, they had a storm last night.
Crazy storm.
Yeah, they lost her trampoline. I know that part. So we'll be seeing her tonight or today because we'll be there. And then we'll be broadcasting from her studio tomorrow morning.
Yep, that's the plan, Stan.
Who's this Stan guy she keeps talking about? Well, do we have a couple more comments because we only have a few more minutes here? But thanks for hanging out with just us on our anniversary, Paula's announcement, and our conversation about how we're getting more involved with our community, and we hope you do it as well. Wednesday, looks like David Parker will be joining us, where we'll be talking more on a broad scale why this is important to get involved in your councils and your boards of all kinds.
Right. Oh, for sure. And it's something that says, I said initially, we've spoken about it in the past on the show, saying like, yeah, we should get involved. And you and I are now stepping up for it, and certainly encourage others to do it as well. Just at least, if you're concerned about time commitments, just at least look into it to find out, get that information, because it may surprise you. So, and then it may convince you that, I can do that. So do it.
Yeah, it kind of felt like the decision on having children. There's never a perfect time.
Yeah.
You just have to do it. And then you'll have a child, and then you'll have another one, and then enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to be a perfect time. Like we thought, once we have all these things in place, and we have this and that and the other, and then we looked around to our friends, we're like, well, just do it.
Yeah,
so get involved. Don't wait. Don't give yourself all these hurdles. First start by putting your name forward.
And besides, there's nothing wrong with hurdles. Just do it. There's nothing wrong with her. Like sometimes, as I tell the boys, and this one here tells me as well, like if something's hard, doesn't matter, just do it, and then just do it. Like, some things in life are hard. Get over it.
Yep.
So yeah.
Again, a pusher, a guider, whatever you want to call it, but I'm a doer. Get her done. Get her done.
Yes.
Go down, jump in the car right now. Put that package in. Get her done.
And I'm a great believer in this meme that I came across, which says, I've learned to realize that my husband is right. I just don't like his tone.
Yeah. And I'm using that meme. Like, you may not like the tone, but you know I'm right.
Yeah. It's the tone. All the women out. It's the tone.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring that tone to council.
Exactly. Redirect it over there.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be all toned out by the time I get home.
But everyone, yes, thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the anniversary messages and messages of support as well for Jason and I. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We do have a few more minutes here. So
what are we doing tomorrow? What are we talking about tomorrow? Any idea?
Travels.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Jason Paul, I just saw your wedding photo. Just beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, see, I had definition back then. There was a little bit less meat on my face. But I looked at it like, boy, I was skinny.
Slim Jim.
Yeah, I definitely married up.
Oh,
as they say. I married up. Chris Carbert said that too. He's like, yeah, she's too beautiful for you. I'm like, yeah, he's not wrong. He's a truth teller.
Yeah.
And stay away from the mischief, Chris.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Well, you liked my red Beetle that said "Nerds on Site."
Oh.
Yeah. Drove her around in that. Yeah, definitely, you're a keeper if that's no problem. Yeah. I told you, I said my car says "Nerd" on it. You're like, and 4 wheels, right? It gets you around.
I didn't care about stuff like that. So there's more important things in life. You're a good person.
No, so are you. You're pretty cool. You're a keeper. Yep. So I'm not sure what tomorrow will be about, but we'll be on the road. Maybe we'll interview Nadine. We'll see. And she's a busy person in the morning too. So
yeah, she is. Yes, she is, and they may be doing a big cleanup for the property outside.
Yep, but there is a couple invites out there. So if people pick that date, then we'll do it.
Cool.
And we'll keep you posted because there's a lot of things we want to talk about as we're leading up to the election and topics that are hot right now because they're important, especially the Castle Doctrine one. So Tuesday, be Maxime Bernier. We got Bruce Party, and there will be an Albertan as well joining us. He's part of the Libertarian Party. And being an Albertan, these are very important issues. So Tuesday will be a great episode. Wednesday, we'll have David Parker, and we'll keep you posted. We might even just find out when we find out Friday morning or Monday morning. But we'll be here. We'll
be there.
We'll be online for you. So wherever you're watching us from, we'll be there, but the background will look different, and we'll enjoy having those conversations. But thank you all very much for joining us today.
Yep. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and have a happy anniversary, my love.
Happy anniversary, my love. You guys all take care of each other, and remember, God bless.